Okay, I've just been informed I've only got time for one more question. So, yeah, lady just here, that's going to be it, I think.
You mentioned about release to the US, but what about in the UK? Because I can't see how there isn't a niche in the market for this kind of film. I think it would be really relevant in. What can we do as your fan base to promote this and hassle and drive and threaten?
All of which we are willing to do.
Yeah.
See the videos.
The question is, for the record and for YouTube, is what is preventing this movie from being released in the UK? There's such a huge fan base and everybody wants to get the word out. That would be great. I'm not sure. There were a couple UK buyers that were coming today, either in the first screening or in this one, I don't know. They're probably secretly hiding in a corner somewhere. We haven't sold the UK yet. We've sold throughout Europe, Scandinavia, and Germany, and Portugal, and Greece, and Turkey, and Central Europe.
Theatrical?
Well, no, it's up to them where they're going to release it.
Okay.
So Germany has all rights. They haven't decided how they're going to release it, but they have all rights and all elements, and it's up to them. Same with Scandinavia, same with Benelux, and it's really up to them. In some cases, sometimes those territories will wait and see what happens in the United States, and if it becomes popular in the United States, then they'll suddenly do something more than they ordinarily would have done. In some cases, they need to get a movie out, on DVD or on their TV stations or whatever, and they'll go ahead and release it before they hear what happens in the United States. But much of it is driven by the United States. What happens there informs kind of how it's released and how much money is spent on the marketing in other countries. In the course of the UK, I explained this to the first audience, you have 60 million people here, and we have 350 million. So we can watch a lot more movies with that many people than you guys can possibly watch, no matter how many movies you watch. So that changes distributors' thinking, and they have to pick and choose what movies they think would best suit the UK based on what's successful in the United States and what they think would translate, because there's 50, 60% of the, maybe 40% of the movies in the US are not brought here or released here. So because there just aren't enough people to go see that many movies.
But then on what do they base their decision? Because if this doesn't get a release, then their decision making is wrong. It's
Well, yeah, that's a great comment, and it just comes down to executive decisions. There's buyers and there's people that run the distribution channels and outlets, and they decide what movies they're going to release. Now, events like this, and crowds like this, and online petitions, and the unbelievable fandom that's out there for this movie it's so humbling, and it's so great. And I think sooner than later that's something that they should or will get wind of. And
who is they?
They are any UK distributor. Revolver is a UK distributor. Sky is a UK distributor.
Who are you speaking to?
Optimum.
Well, yeah, we have a foreign sales agent, and the foreign sales agent goes to their possible buyers in the UK at the Cannes Film Festival.
Well, then perhaps the fan base goes to, because this concerns me greatly, because I am very, very interested in the fact that increasingly actors and directors and producers are going to be making work independently of the studios, because you can do it now with high def. And if everyone works for a deferred salary and profit participation in a true cooperative, wonderful work is being made, but there isn't a release channel yet for that kind of work. And so the fact that Cassie has done this is quite extraordinary, because this work and there's a body of it gathering. I have lots of friends who have made wonderful small movies that are looking for a release. And a way is going to form itself, I'm quite sure of it, because that's what happens with, creative work finds an outlet eventually. Some of it doesn't, gets lost along the way, but you see, I don't think people like sales agents are really in touch with us.
No.
I don't think they are. And so how does one get them in touch? Maybe what one does is that the fan base, you give us their name, and we write to them and say, this is people power, and I believe in people power. They don't know that people are moved by stories like this, and they don't know because they're out of touch, so we have to tell them. Give us their name and we'll write to them.